You know, being a collector of any type, whether it's automotive, trading cards, posters, jerseys, any of these things doesn't just cost money. And you can ask any collector, their souls are the main things invested into it. That's why not just individually, but the market populace just goes absolutely nuts with these wild swings that we're seeing in so many different collectible spaces. This is Collect Dex, an index of whatever collection is going crazy today. It's the overall market of Pokemon and One Piece. Stay tuned. As we begin, you know I'm still on the chase for that Charizard, so we definitely gotta open that up first and see at the Charizard pack if we can hit anything good. Just hasn't been very good for me for Phantasmal Flames, to be honest with you. Oh, well, that's a cool card. So I have most of these already, and my luck does not seem to be very good today either, but we got a Rotom EX, which I got a couple of these already. Oh well. So with the pack pull out of the way, I want to start this conversation off with One Piece. Today is January 9th of 2026. OP14 Azure Seas 7 One Piece set is due to release this weekend. Certain local game stores have already pre-released midnight Thursday or Friday, I should say, and it's going to be all this weekend the stores are going to be releasing. Now, in my local area, the prices for One Piece OP14 booster boxes are somewhere between $160 and $200, which I found a couple stores for $185 last night, but as I'm a working man, I didn't end up going to these midnight releases to try to buy a booster box. However, today on TCG Player and other websites, this booster box is crossing near the $250 mark, which, crazily enough, is even more than what OP13 carrying on his will was at on pre-release back then, at least from what I remember. Now, the lowest price I ever saw for OP13 carrying on his will was $185 at my local game store. And back then I said, I'll just wait until it drops because it's too expensive right now. Big mistake. That box is close to $500 today. Whether you call that legitimate or you call it manipulation, whatever you want to say, the box is still the box price and nobody can dispute that people are still buying for. Brings me to OP14 on pre-release is close to $250, while sets like OP12 are pushing close to $200 and OP10 are pushing, or OP11 are pushing in the same direction, which kind of doesn't make sense to me, because how do older sets cost less than newer sets? I can understand Luffy being on the cover of OP13, which is why that price get pushed up so high, but also a lot of the chase cards in there are super nice as well. OP14, it's kind of hard to say why that thing is $250 on pre-release. Nevertheless, I do want a booster box and I am going to be looking for at least two, but we'll see how that goes. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Pokemon. Obviously, the talk of the town is Perfect Order. Everybody is saying it's trash. Now, the Pokemon Center released pre-sales yesterday on Thursday, January 8th. I was lucky enough to get a booster box. Really didn't want a booster box. I would have rather got the PC ETB and, you know, been happy with that. Unfortunately, the app crashed out. If you guys have ever been part of these pre-sale events, it's a horrible situation to try to get anything. Nevertheless, I did get a booster box. There's a lot of negative sentiment around this set, which I can kind of understand why. The pack art is super lame. Zygarde is kind of a subpar legendary. And if you played Legends ZA, that game is absolute dog water. So I can definitely understand the negative sentiments around it. However, nobody knows what kind of cards are in the set, so a lot of the negativity, I think, is right now at least unwarranted, because we gotta wait to see what cards come out. Now, I can see how people think that this is the set that Pokemon is trying to crash the market with. However, I don't think that's the case. That's just what most people want to happen so that they can start buying for prices that they want to buy for. The reality of the situation is this: Pokemon really has no incentive to drop a trash set. In fact, I believe every set that they drop, they try to do a good job. Especially the hype cycles of today, I think it's been cleared up to the Pokemon company what peons and peasants like us really want from a set, and I think they're gonna deliver on that. With that being said, nobody knows how good or bad Perfect Order is gonna be. Just have to wait till the card set or the cards come out to see what's good and what's not. However, that Mega Starmie is mega lame. I will say that, at least for now. So yeah, just based off that Mega Starmie, I can understand why people think the set will be absolute dog water. Mega Dream or Ascended Heroes is about to drop at the end of this month. People are estimating pack prices to be 20 bucks. I was able to secure one PC ETB and a couple booster bundles, so I'll have some for myself. However, I won't have anything from my website, collectdex.com, or for anybody else on the secondary market either. I'm actually super excited about Ascended Heroes. It's a set that I've kind of been waiting for. So needless to say, I'm going to be ripping open whatever I can, and I won't have anything for sale on that set. That set, I think, for the long term, is going to probably be the new Prismatic Evolutions going into the future. Definitely going to be better than Prismatic Evolutions on pull rates, I can tell you that. If you're super excited for Ascended Heroes as well, I think don't overextend yourself on release. I think just wait it out, because Ascended Heroes, being a specialty set, will be being released over the next year and a half or so in mass. I definitely do believe that, so stay patient. Phantasmal Lames price booster box is definitely still at a position where it's not really moving from around the 220 to 250 range. You can definitely find some booster boxes for 200 if you're lucky as well. Mega Evolutions still around the 200 to 250 range price. People don't like Mega Evolution so much, but I think in the future it will be looked at as a top tier set. That's MEO1. This weekend I'm going to be entering a tournament for the release of OP14. So I'm super excited about that. Hopefully I can come away with the booster box. So you guys tune into the channel for that, because I'm definitely going to be doing a video about that. And I'll tell you guys kind of the sentiment around the One Piece market. Just my personal opinion, the One Piece market is looking to be a super bubble, because people don't understand what they got. People don't understand the characters. They don't understand the card game. Furthermore, a box without Luffy on the front cover, without a main chase card for Luffy, is going over $250 for pre-release. That to me screams bubble, but only time will tell. Anyways, y'all, that'll be it for today's video. If you want to support the channel, please check out my website in the description below. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.